If he read it, it didn't matter to him, right, Whoopi? I'm sort of conflicted about whether or not he should be held in contempt and put in, he's already been held in contempt, but put in jail for it. But I do think that 71% of Americans have said that he should be put in jail if he is convicted. The other thing I will say, we all saw, many of us are old enough to have seen the OJ case. Yeah. And remember how Judge Ito lost complete control of the courtroom? And I think that had a lot to do with the win. You cannot let Donald Trump be a runaway train in that courtroom. No. It's not his courtroom, it's the judge's courtroom. And so I think to make a point, to prove a point, put him in the clink. Why not? Put him in the clink for one day.
I don't want this to sound like I'm doing wishful thinking.
Yes.
But which prison would be best?
I know which one.
I'm going to give you Michael. Well, that's what I got. Number one is Rikers. But, you know, I'm okay if he goes to Alcatraz and they reopen it.
Oh, maybe.
You know, what about Guantanamo Bay? Okay?
Yeah. Well, that'd be close to Mar-a-Lago. Melania can come and visit.
That's right. What about Supermax? Supermax would be interesting. El Chapo was in Supermax. He, you know, hey, now he wants to be with the hip people. Come on.
There needs to be lawsuits. How is this show still on freaking air? Oh my God. And you know why these things are being said? Do y'all want to know why? Because we're winning. And we're going to crack open a cold one in November. And they just can't accept it, Patriots. Y'all enjoy the show. Make sure you drop a like and watch this one all the way through, because this is going to be a real good one, y'all. A real good one. Let's jump straight in.
Yeah, I was ready, they didn't have my back. They were petty, I stayed in my bed. On that petty, I brought it right back.
My beautiful Patriots, my brothers and sisters, beautiful people around the world. I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. Oh man, oh man. The View, MSNBC, and others, you know, that just can't accept it. A lot of people just can't accept it, you know. But they see it falling apart. They see the corruption. We have woken up a lot of people, even never Trumpers, people that don't even like either candidate, people that weren't going to vote to begin with, are going to be coming out, y'all. And we're going to be cracking open cold ones in November. I really don't know how this show is even on the air. And that intro I just showed y'all, that was sick, man. And we got a whole video dropping on that. And I don't know when we're going to make it public, but boy, that right there, that's disgusting, man. Disgusting. But thank you to everybody. This video dropped 30 minutes ago, and I already had like 5 of y'all sending this to me, you know. So shout out to the beautiful Patriots. I love you guys, man. Thank y'all for all the love and support, the kind donations, people reaching out to me, my email. We've sent out tons of hats. We're still sending them out. So please, if you think I forgot about you, or your email, you think your email has gotten too far down in the spam folder, send me another email, please. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of people to respond. I have a lot of people still to respond back to catch up on. Eat DMs. Again, it's just me. I don't have a team behind me. As big as this channel is, and as we're growing, there is no team behind me, y'all. It's just me. So please bear with me. I love you guys, man. And I encourage you to spread the love to one another. You know, spread the love. Be kind. Care, man. It's very, very important, especially in the times that we're living in right now. We have forgotten about that, y'all. And actually, a lot of the stuff that's going on, a lot of the hate and all the nonsense that's going on in the world right now, it wouldn't even be happening if we just knew how to love one another, man. You know? But that is not the case. So I encourage you to spread the love. Check up on your loved ones. Give them a hug. When you go out in the public, spread the good vibes, the good energy. Smile, laugh. You know, look out for one another. Even if it's just if it's a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Please, you guys. I beg you. But let's jump straight in. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. And, oh boy, The View. Who still watches The View? I don't know. We know who though, but I just don't understand how and why you would waste your time and energy and like I said, we talked to people that are even on the other side and they don't even like The View. So it's sad, y'all. And to keep those ratings and numbers up, these are the things that have to be said, and all the Trump slander and all the wicked and nasty stuff they say about people. It's sick, man.
Either way, I'm just saying this does not feel like
the
a slam
major
dunk.
thing for me was that he didn't wear a condom. I mean, it's
terrible.
I'll tell you why.
Terrible.
I'll tell you why. Because first of all, this is a guy who it's because of him that they're overthrowing Roe v. Wade all over the place. It's because of him. It's a very he doesn't believe that.
reckless.
And he says that women who get pregnant and have abortions should be punished. And here he is, you know, having unprotected sex with a porn star. I don't think FDR did that, or Truman, or John. None of them had.
There needs to be lawsuits and all kind. Let me just let it play out, y'all. I'm sorry. This is just disturbing, man. This is sick.
Sex with, well, maybe Kennedy might have. But I don't trust a guy with the nuclear codes who doesn't think to wear a condom when he's having sex with a porn star. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think that it may, as you say, the other one down in Florida, Cannon, that judge needs to be taken to task, because she keeps kicking the can down the road on that whole trial with the documents, which he could have given to any dictator in the world.
Yeah.
And we're not going to see that case until after he's in office, and then he'll probably just get rid of everybody who disagrees with him.
But Elisa,
so he may not go to jail for this, but the American people can see what he is. He's a despicable person, and we have to remember that.
Yeah.
And the evangelicals.
Yeah, just tell the audience to clap.
I was reading one more thing. The evangelicals. I've been away. The evangelicals are doubling down on him. They like him even more than they used to like him. And I was reading today that they cite the Bible for this.
Yes.
They cite the strong men like Salmon. What's his name? Samson.
we know how it ends for Samson, by the way.
I dated Salmon, but they're talking about Samson.
Keep in mind, Joy, that the Bible, when people want to quote the Bible, that's how they used to keep black people down in the South. They used to quote the Bible all the time.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Have I told you guys that I am in a great mood today? Okay, I've been in a good mood for the past few days because it seems as if the plan from the Democrat Party, from the establishment, from the mainstream liberal media, to try to have Trump convicted of one of the cases that people actually care about before the election, it seems like that plan is falling apart. Like, it's just not going to happen, okay? And the liberal media, they are lashing out, okay? The salt is flowing. The liberal tears are in full force. These people are boohoo whining and crying, okay? Just like you guys just saw from The View, right? You had Joy Behar upset at Judge Cannon for taking her time to figure out all of these pretrial motions that the Trump team has put forth, okay, in order to make sure that this trial is done correctly, right? So they're upset with her for doing her job. Right?
Her job.
And they're mad because the trial is not going to happen before the election, which is hilarious because just a few days ago, they were fantasizing about Trump going to jail.
If he read it, it didn't matter to him, right, Whoopi? I'm sort of conflicted about whether or not he should be held in contempt and put in. He's already been held in contempt. But
I showed y'all at the beginning. This is ridiculous, man. I don't even want to see it anymore. I really don't. I don't even want to see it anymore, y'all.
For Trump, or that she's taking orders from Trump, while at the same time saying that, well, it's either that she's incompetent or she is in the bag for Trump. Take a look.
Yesterday was no surprise. I can't underscore how little of surprise it was. It was more surprising that Stormy Daniels got on the stand and said that she had sex with Donald Trump than it was that Aileen Cannon postponed her trial date. She has a number of motions that have even yet to be scheduled that are required under the Classified Information Procedures Act. She has a number of pending motions that have been fully briefed for months now, on which she has made no decision. I wouldn't venture a guess at when this case would be ready for trial, and I believe that's by design. I continue to be disappointed by Aileen Cannon and her execution of the role of federal jurist here.
So just to make a point here that's sort of in the background, Joe, Lisa Rubin says, I continue to be disappointed in this judge. We look at some of these decisions. They seem basic. What you don't see here on this broadcast is conspiracy theories. Oh, that Trump is pulling the strings based on no facts. You don't see here hair on fire. This is the way it went. And because of, as you pointed out, the justice system, it's not perfect, but this is the judge we got.
I mean, you look at what she's talking about regarding jury instructions. It's crazy. It's crazy. A 12-year-old that went with her mother to take a kid to court day, like as a lawyer or something, would have come up with a better ruling than she's come up with. It's bizarre. And I am sure that if that's appealed, now that there's time, the 11th Circuit will excoriate her again. I guess she's either ill-equipped, extraordinarily ill-equipped, or she just doesn't care what the world thinks of her. She's right now looking like everything she's doing to help Donald Trump.
Yeah, so you see now, you heard that, okay? The mainstream liberal media, they're trying their best not to have a full-blown panic attack over what has happened, but best believe on the inside they are coping and they're seething over the fact that they're not getting their way. And now they're relying on a porn star, right? They're reliant on an adult film actress, okay, a professional white sauce guzzler, for them to get a conviction against Trump before the election. And even CNN is saying that her testimony could backfire.
The cross-exam, boy, her responses were disastrous.
And I showed y'all this in my previous video we just uploaded, that we just did with the five talking about, you know, this whole situation. I just showed y'all this exact same clip. And hell, they might even fire this. CNN might even get rid of him for saying this.
Disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does. That's a big deal. When the witness hates the person whose liberty is at stake, that's a big damn deal. And she's putting out tweets, fantasizing about him being in jail. That really undermines the credibility. The fact that she owes him $500,000. She, by order of a court, owes Donald Trump $500,000 and said, I will never pay him. I will defy a court order. The defense is going to say she's willing to defy a court order. Why? She's not willing to respect an order of a judge. Why is she going to respect this oath she took? So I thought it went quite poorly on cross-exam. At the end of direct, I thought, okay, they got what they needed, but I think the cross is making real inroads.
The thing that's, I think my one quarrel with that is that I think she may have done damage to the prosecution's case by virtue of the fact that she just couldn't stop saying stuff, and so that's going to backfire on them. I think we know now from some reporting from our colleagues that the cross-examination is going to go longer because they know they now have room to go after her for some of the suggestions she made.
The defense does.
But the defense, right? That the encounter was not consensual, which of course is not something that has been really, her position until more recently. So I think that's where it poses a problem.
Sure, I will not back down from this point at all, even in the face of my friend Evan Press, only because at the center of the case is the allegation of a sexual encounter. Right. Prosecutors have to establish a sexual encounter or else the case goes away. All of the other stuff is critically important, and I think it makes it harder to believe her. But if the prosecutors didn't call her as a witness, it's over. Like literally you could file a motion to, the defense could file a motion to throw the case out at that point. So that's all.
The material that came in was not relevant to this criminal case at all. And I think it shows that she was trying to get Trump. I actually thought there was a motive there. She said she hates him. She said she'd like to see him in prison. I think she was purposely throwing out this stuff to make sure the jurors were prejudiced, particularly the women jurors, but probably half of the men too, were really put off.
Everybody sees what's going on, y'all. If you don't understand, everybody sees what's going on. The American people were not stupid.
Pajamas, the kind of lotion he was wearing. I can't imagine how the Court of Appeals in New York that reversed the Harvey Weinstein conviction, which was a harder case to reverse, wouldn't reverse this conviction if it got up there. I would certainly recommend to the prosecutors in this case that they study the Weinstein case very carefully, because it gives a roadmap to what you can't do. And this prosecutor is just following the roadmap of what you can't do.
Yeah. So you got Fox News and CNN both agreeing that, hey, the testimony of Stormy Daniels could backfire. It seems as if this is not helping out the prosecution. You know it's bad, right? Yep. You know it's bad, which again is hilarious because again, all of these cackling heads on The View, again, they are reliant upon Stormy Daniels to put Trump in jail, okay, to get their dream, okay? They're reliant upon an adult actress. It went from Trump definitely going to jail, okay, he's going to prison, okay, 91 felony counts, you know what they say all the time, right? Twice impeach, whatever. They all say that. It went from that to now like their only hope, right? It's literally an adult actress. Wow, and it's blowing.
You know, we all getting a good laugh because this is what's going. This is really going on, y'all. This could have been bought a long time ago, but you just can't beat this man fair and square because you know he's winning. And we know what happened in 2020. And I'm going to say it again. 45, 46, 47, 45, 46, and 47.
Going up in their face, right? No pun intended, okay? I know we're talking about Stormy Daniels here, whose testimony in all likelihood was probably hard to swallow, okay? There's no doubt in my mind that she was sucking up to the judge and the jury and probably had him on edge, right? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. You cannot write a better story. You really couldn't. So anyways, with that being said,
just sucking them up, putting them on the edge. Yeah, only them true patriots know what that reference to.
Classified documents case, okay? Now we're gonna go into some details in regards to why, or part of the reason why this case is being delayed, because Jack Smith kind of bought this on himself as much as they want to boohoo whine and cry about the judge, because this guy is getting accused of mishandling the classified documents, allegedly planting evidence to try to make Trump look guilty. So I want to react to this clip from Fox Business, Maria Bartiromo. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Welcome back. Judge Eileen Cannon postponing former President Trump's classified documents case. Now, this trial was supposed to begin on May 20th. Now it's unclear when it will actually start. And this decision comes after special counsel Jack Smith and federal prosecutors at the FBI admitted in a court filing that documents were tampered with. They seized documents during a Mar-a-Lago raid, and they are no longer in the original order and sequence. Trump's legal team says Smith's team had, quote, failed to preserve critical evidence in the case. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan now investigating whether evidence was altered or manipulated after it was seized by the FBI. I talked about this with former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe on Sunday Morning Future. Sunday, watch. Did the FBI tamper with this?
That famous photograph, what we have now learned, and the government has had, Jack Smith and his prosecutors have had to admit, is that was staged. And those top secret classified sheets that all the public saw and said, oh my God, look at those top secret documents, those were placed there by the FBI. And what Jack Smith admitted in court this week was that, in his words, they mishandled the classified documents and misrepresented those to the court. Maria, that's a kind way of saying we tampered with the evidence. This reeks of crossfire hurricane when the Obama-Biden administration fabricated evidence before the FISA court, lied to the court about it to pursue Donald Trump.
Wow. Joining me now is Wisconsin Congressman Scott Fitzgerald, member of the House Judiciary and Financial Services Committee. Congressman, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, Maria, when we arrived in D.C. on Monday afternoon, Chairman Jordan briefed the committee on basically, as it was laid out by Ratcliffe, it's evidence tampering. And certainly has prompted a letter that came directly from the chairman to once again lay out the case that this entire thing has really been compromised. So I think, what you're looking at is the entire thing obviously being delayed beyond the election, which is a huge victory for President Trump at this point.
Well, I mean, I don't understand that. So they laid everything out the way they wanted to lay it out, and then took the pictures and leaked the pictures, sent them all over the internet. Meanwhile, they had tampered with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. I mean, and nobody should be surprised. This is the game that Democrats play.
Not
Right? This is
not
the game
surprised.
that they're used to because they get away with it. They can do whatever they want. Like Biden can take classified documents and get away with it because apparently he's too demented to stand trial, according to DOJ. So yeah, why wouldn't they do that, right? They can just do whatever they want to do. But hey, they got caught. And again, that's part of the reason for the delay. So for as much as they want to blame the judge, right, they got to point the finger at Jack Smith and say, bro, you got caught allegedly tampering with evidence, okay? Which, hey, could make the whole case fall apart. Could be a big issue.
Right. I mean, if you kind of talk to staff who have been digging deeper into this right now, a lot of what was presented was obviously staged. And it's just unbelievable that they would go to that length. And if you think about the full raid on Mar-a-Lago, it's unbelievable kind of what has happened now that we understand kind of the facts. Yeah.
It really.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's all about the court of public opinion, right? So again, they staged the photos to try to elicit some type of emotional response from the public to make it seem like Trump is guilty and that he was recklessly mishandling the documents. Because again, that's a part of it as well too. Well, it's not just that he stored them in Mar-a-Lago, but also it was just. They were just laying around for anybody to get access to, right? Secret documents, files, top secret national security information. Trump was just laying it around everywhere, right? This is the narrative that they want to push to the public. So, yeah, I mean, this is exactly what they did. They staged it so that it can make it seem like Trump was reckless when Trump has always testified that, no, we keep these documents in places that are locked and not accessible to the general public. Like nobody can just, go into Mar-a-Lago and stumble upon these classified documents and start reading them and taking them. Like that's not how this works. So ultimately, we'll see what happens. Okay, I mean, if I had to guess, Jack Smith will get a strongly worded letter from the GOP about how this is not right and you shouldn't do this, okay? Nothing will happen to him. Who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe the case will be thrown out altogether. But again, while the mainstream liberal media is seething and basically trying to discredit this judge as somebody that is incompetent, that is in over her head, that doesn't know what she's doing, again, you got to point the finger at Jack Smith for putting himself in a situation where, hey, you can have Trump file these motions to dismiss based off what appears to be straight up evidence tampering. So why wouldn't the judge take the time to consider that, right? To say, hey, it looks like these people are admitting to mishandling these documents at the very least, okay? If not, again, flat out evidence tampering, which is a problem, okay? That can make the whole case go away. Yeah, we should sort these things out before going to trial, right? We can't go to trial with this case in the current state that is in. That to me seems to be something that a responsible judge would do, right? An irresponsible judge would be like, I don't care, right? We're gonna fast forward. We're just gonna go to trial anyways, without working out these things beforehand. Again, to me, I think she's doing the right thing. I don't think that she's in the bag for Trump. I just think that she's making the right decision, period. Right? And again, the mainstream liberal media is just mad that she's not trying to handle this case as recklessly as Jack Smith apparently handled these classified documents, which is part of the reason why he's in this situation. So again, all of this stuff is backfiring, guys. It's all backfiring. And it seems as if we could go into the election possibly with no convictions, right? If this Stormy Daniels case falls apart, which it could because of her testimony, because of her word, because of her mouth, right? Which typically, her mouth is pretty reliable, okay, for getting the job done. But in this case, it seems that that's not the case, right? It's not reliable for this. But what I'm saying is that we could go into the election with Trump not only not having any convictions, but having a not guilty verdict, okay? So he was found not guilty when it came to one of his cases, and then the rest of them are being put on hold. that is the best case scenario. Like, that is an actual, like, wonderful scenario for Trump, because essentially it puts doubt in the minds of the rest of America that any of the other trials and cases that are pending are legit. Okay? So again, this honestly is crazy. It's actually insane to think about what's happening right now. Like, it is reversing. Everything is backfiring. And this is the worst case scenario for Democrats, the worst case scenario for the mainstream liberal media, the worst case scenario for the establishment. This is exactly what they did not want to happen.
Yep.
And again, even if he's found guilty when it comes to the hush money trial, he could probably appeal, which probably won't happen before the election. But regardless, it's not going to hurt him that much because nobody really cares about that one. That's the least serious one. But it is likely that there could be a not guilty verdict, and he can go into the election, again, not guilty on one of them, and that puts doubts in the minds of the American people about the legitimacy of the rest of the cases, which could definitely help Trump going into the election. Again, it would be basically game over, in my opinion, if Trump goes into the election like that. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to be cracking over some cold ones in November pretty soon, y'all. I hope y'all are ready, man. I hope y'all are ready. But, man, The View, that was disgusting, man. Crackling hands, what y'all say? The View comments are comedy, man. I know everybody's waiting for that show to just be canceled and off the air, man. It's ridiculous. It really is, man. But again, y'all drop a like, comment down below. I love you guys. I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life. I have so many of y'all to respond back to email back. Just so much I have to get to. So again, please bear with me. But do know that I love y'all, man. Okay? Every last one of y'all. I don't care what you look like, what you smell like. We don't see color. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what your age is. We are family on this channel, man. And I'm gonna bring y'all the best content, the best updates, and we're gonna keep it real. And we're gonna keep calling out all this corruption going on. And we're getting ready and prepping for November, baby. Because I got the cooler ready, and we're gonna crack open a cold one. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, family.